true. What you're saying.
She said, I gave you right because you're right. That is true. That sounds so much like pandering. It's ridiculous.
Is true, and I respect you, and I respect everything that you've done. This whole part, like,
Just
I
make
really
your point,
respect.
please.
She's saying a bunch of nothing.
The point is that, yeah, like,
Guess what? The point is what? Let's find out what the point is.
I haven't found the protector because no, I don't know the point already.
I don't know the point already. I don't know the point already.
Married, and they were closer to 30, if not a little bit over, and they want kids, they want marriage, and I'm just not, even though I might love them at that time, I know I'm too young to know what I want for the rest of my life, and I've had to let go of those relationships, and we're still great friends.
If you're too young to know what you want, then how do you know those guys are not what you want?
Because I know I need to explore more. I need to live my life by myself.
Translation, I ain't fuck more guys.
Single.
There just mean no logical sense.
Okay, look, I have a kid. I used to be like that until I had my kid. Now that I have my kid, like, I might be this, oh, I'm a boss bitch, but deep down in my heart, I would do absolutely anything to be at home and be like always with my child.
There you go.
But unfortunately,
and have a man protecting you. Stop acting like, stop leaving out the man part.
Right.
Because for you to be home with your child, that means you got a man holding you down,
yeah,
protecting you.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, he's right, and that shit's hard. Like, but unfortunately, since I'm by myself, I gotta hustle, you know.
Yeah.
But I would do anything to have a man like.
That's what we say. That's exactly.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless you for telling the fucking truth. God bless you for telling the truth. Talking about Instagram over a real
You
nigga.
did choose Instagram over a man.
Because unfortunately, like, that's a platform where I can make a living off, and nobody's helping me because I don't have that protector yet. You get me?
But you don't think a man could provide and protect you?
Yeah, but I just haven't found that guy yet. And
That's what we saying. That's what we saying. Hold on. How come women can't just say, "Listen, I want a man," instead of acting like y'all don't want a man and just want to be boss bitches?
Right.
That's what we're saying.
Nobody said that.
We've just been
That's
hurt.
not what I said. Nobody said that.
Like,
when
y'all
you guys
said.
are done, I don't want to interrupt.
Nobody said that. Like, y'all
She wants to.
said.
After you go, she wants to clarify her point.
I just want to clarify because I feel like it's getting
okay,
turned.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Who?
Put the camera on her.
Who?
You.
Couch girl.
Like y'all said, you're right. And I've been trying to talk, but Myron don't let me. But I really respect Myron,
Because
and
you
I've
can't
been
finish your sentence.
because it's hard
you're
for
hurting
me
the crowd
to
of the show.
explain. But I respect the fuck out of you, and I give you your right because you're right. That is true. What you're saying is true, and I respect you, and I respect everything that you've done. This whole part, like,
Just
I
make
really
your point,
respect.
please.
The point is that, yeah, like, I haven't found the protector because no, I don't know the point already.
Because you want to stay at home with your child. You want a man to take care of everything.
This is why I cut you off.
He can
I
take
know
care
my
of you.
All right, go ahead. Please say what you were going to say.
So what I had said got twisted. I'm not saying that I don't.
All right, so let's talk about this really quickly. Let's make it snappy. So that video so that girl that's just Spanish girl that's just crying and saying how much she loves Myron. Some few minutes before that, hold on one second. So some few minutes before that was so some few minutes before that she was she was being shut down multiple times. She was being shut down multiple times. Okay, let's just keep it a buck. Let me talk to you really quickly while she was being shut down over and over. Just 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I'll call you back, okay? Okay. All right. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So some few minutes before that point, she was being sorry about that, guys. 1 second. So a few minutes before that, she was being shut down multiple times. She was trying to make a point. She was being shut down by Myron, and that wasn't working. At one point, she came and she said, "Hey, I want to make a last point. I want to say something positive." She said, "I want to say something positive because I'm about to leave, right?" And as she was about to start talking, Myron said, "No, just leave, right?" This is a problem of a person that doesn't know how to read a room, right? For me personally, where I'm at right now, there's certain rooms I don't go to, you know, I just don't go there. Or if I'm there, I find myself there by mistake, I relax. I just take my time to see if there's any, I take my time to listen to see if there's any point. My readers are heightened, you know, to see if there's any opportunity to add value. But I'm doing at the same time I'm reading the room, and this chick is one of those chicks that just didn't know how to read a room. That's just what it was. She didn't know how to read the room. Let me see if I can show her face again so you can see what we're talking about. Yeah, this chick right here. All right, so then eventually what happens is after she got shut down a few times, she now actively continued to pander to Myron. You know, this is what I say about you have to be careful with pygmies, right? You have to do better vetting, even better vetting. You have to do vetting, period. Like, you have to do with them, because a woman is a woman, you know, a typical woman is a woman. You should just do vetting. But people that tend to pander to your talking point, you even have to do, because then naturally that hides the true persons, right? So it's very important. So eventually, after she got shut down, see, rejection breeds obsession. That's the reality. That's the lesson that I want you to get out of this. Rejection breeds obsession. This is true for every single one of us, right? Some people say, but if you reject me, I reject you too. That's still an obsession. The very fact that you need to have so much energy to making a point that you reject me too, that's the obsession. Or you could go the other direction, fight or flight, which is basically you're trying to get me to like you, right? And that's what's going on here. So I wanted to tell you the backstory so you can see where the crying is coming from, right? The crying is not coming from suddenly. This is a girl that actually said she got a BBL for herself, because there was a conversation earlier about BBLs, and she said, I got it for myself, not for my man. And she was trying to push back, but once she noticed that she wasn't given that same, she wasn't being paid attention to, then she started to obsess about the idea that, you know, she's trying to get Myron to like her. It's a natural human behavior. She's not necessarily wrong. She doesn't know any better, right? And that's where the crying is coming from. What do you think she's going when she sees this later on, right? Because obviously I clipped this. I'm talking about it right now. It's a lesson, right? If she sees this later on, she's still going to hate herself, resent herself, or even putting herself in this position to cry, because it's not authentic. It's not real. She was just caught up in that moment where she, you know, she felt like, I need this guy to like me. She would, like 45 minutes before this point, she had wanted to leave, but then she didn't leave. She wanted to, you know, if she read the room, she would know that this is not the environment where I need to say, hey, I need to speak something positive. Nobody cares about your positive stuff, not on this podcast. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only, toxic energy only. Okay, and if you come there, you bring some smoke, become a, what do you call it, Francazu, right? That's what they want. You get some viral views and you go viral too, and then you build your Instagram. That's the reality. But you know, the reality is also humans are humans. You will see what you see right now. No matter how much we try to cap, we're still humans at the end of the day, and that's what we're looking at right now. So let me play that for you again.
They were closer to 30, if not a little bit over, and they want
so
kids.
This chick that's talking, she's actually extremely smart. And these are sizable books. They're minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3-time author. Those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that. Extremely smart. She held her own. She was able to maintain the conversation, even though many times they try to shut her down. You don't know what you're doing, you sound dumb, they play the effect, whatever, right? She held her own, and it's her second time back there. It looks like she's getting a certain kick from coming there, and you know, she enjoys the smoke. Some people will see there and say, I like her, she's very smart. Well, she's going to bring you that same smoke too when you end up in a romantic relationship. Doesn't mean it will never work out. No, it doesn't mean that. You just have to be aware. Whatever you're asking for, be aware that there's downside to it, there's upside to it. Okay? So if you're looking for an extremely smart woman who will argue with you all the time because she's so smart, she actually sees beyond you in terms of A plus EMC square plus 3 plus that, right? Just understand that you're going to be on the receiving end of that sometimes. And sometimes you just want her to be feminine and not see, like, why is everything mathematics for you, right? But that's the reality of our life. What attracts us is sometimes what we end up resenting the most. Just be aware. Half the battle is won.
Want marriage, and I'm just not, even though I might love them at that time, I know I'm too young to know what I want for the rest of my life, and I've had to let go of those relationships, and we're so great
If
friends.
you're too young to know what you want, then
So if you notice, that chick is still lying down there. She's kind of frustrated at this point because she felt like she was being shut down by Maron so many times, right?
how do you know those guys are not what you want?
Because I know I need to explore more. I need to live my life by
Translation.
myself.
She's 2021. If a little girl 2021 19 says she needs to explore more, it is what it is, right? We know that there's nothing out there on the streets for anyone. Sometimes you have to let people do what they have to do though. Oh, I get it. The community is getting more worse, right? Well, you still have to bring it down to individuals. Work package by package, unit package by package. That's what builds up the community. Yeah, if you try to fix everything from the top, you're gonna hurt yourself. You can't. You're not capable of doing that. Individuals, you as a person, from person to person, what kind of power and influence do you have over them to create the result you're looking for? That's where the attention needs to be going. Fixing everything from macro will always work against you.
That's what I said. That's what I said. How single.
There just been no logical sense.
Okay, look, I have a kid. I used to be like that.
So she's a single mother, and now she thinks she used to be like this other chick. She may be correct, right? But let's keep
Until I had my kid. Now that I have my kid, like, I might be this, oh, I'm a boss bitch, da, da, da. But deep down in my heart, I would do absolutely anything to be at home and be like always with my child.
There you go.
But unfortunately,
And have a man protecting you. Stop acting like, stop leaving out the man part.
Right.
Because for you to be home with your child, that means you got a man holding you down, protecting you.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, he's right. And that shit's hard. Like,
I was
but
muted. I was muted just now. You see what she just said? She said, he's right. I've always said it. Myron is always right. Kevin Samuels was always right. Majority of the people in the manosphere space are always right. The problem with this issue is that being right is the bare minimum. That's not what it takes to build relationships. Okay? If you're right, congratulations to you. If you have the data, stats, whatever, statistics, congratulations to you. But that's not what it takes to build successful relationships. She missed the whole point, but they're hitting a nerve. Like, they're hitting a lot of nerves. That's why they're building this followership. A lot of women are going through this pain. Like, obviously, single motherhood is hard. So if you tell a bunch of people that it's hard, buy a dog, you're going to die alone. Of course, you're going to be a lot of followership, even if they hate you. They want to come because toxic, they just want to, they feel that toxic. They're not high on it. They come back for it and stuff like that. It doesn't mean you're not saying what is right. You're right, but you're not necessarily creating the right impression. You're not necessarily creating the results we're looking for in terms of relationship, in terms of building society, the families. You're not necessarily doing that. The reason why we're able to do that in the past is because men knew their place. Men knew they were kings. They were not competing with women. That right there is a big part of this conversation that we're not yet having. And anytime we try to have it, because Kevin Samuels tried to have it, they didn't like that truth. So he gravitated towards talking to women because women buys everything, even if it's going to hurt them. Right? So she said he's right. Yes, I agree, he's right. But what's going to happen tomorrow when she watches this video? Is the question. Is she going to resent herself? Why is she reacting this way? Why is she obsessed with this guy liking him? It's rejection. Rejection breeds obsession.
at least since I'm by myself, I gotta hustle, But I would do anything to have a man like.
That's what we saying. That's exactly. Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you for telling the fucking truth. God bless you for telling the truth. Talking about Instagram over a real nigga.
You did choose Instagram over a man.
Yeah.
So she did say something about she'll pick Instagram over a man. But now, somehow, because she's pandering right now, they think she's telling the truth. Right? I always tell people, listen, this whole thing that we call truth is basically a function of your filter. Okay? Why are you enjoying this so much? How come you can't see past this girl? This girl is not in no place to be able to tell no truth. Instead, I'm seeing truth. She's not telling truth. I can see the truth though. She's broken. Right? She's looking for validation. We all like validation, but that can become a toxic thing too.
Because unfortunately, like, that's a platform where I can make a living off and nobody's helping me because I don't have that protect.
Nobody's helping me. You got family? What kind of value are you bringing? That's a different conversation entirely, right?
Yeah, you get me?
So you don't think a man could provide and protect you?
Yeah, but I just haven't found that guy yet. And you know,
That's what we saying. That's what we saying. Hold on. How come women can't just say, listen, I want a man instead of acting like y'all don't want a man and just want to be boss bitches?
Right.
That's what we're saying.
Nobody said that.
We've just been
That's
hurt.
not what I said.
Nobody
We just-
said that. Like
when
y'all
you guys
said-
are done, I don't want to interrupt.
Nobody
said
that.
that.
Like y'all
She wants
said.
to, after you go, she wants to clarify her point.
I just want to clarify because I feel like it's getting
okay,
turned.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Who?
Put the camera on her.
Who?
You.
Couch girl.
Like y'all said, you're right. And I've been trying to talk, but Myron don't let me. But I really respect Myron,
Because
and
you
I've
can't
been
finish your sentence.
because
She's
I
upset
that's what
with
makes
Myron.
it insane, but I respect the.
Myron didn't like him because she was interjecting, and she would just she couldn't read the room, and Myron gets irritated by, especially the BBL stuff. She will pick an Instagram over a man, all this kind of stuff, rhetoric. She wanted to leave. Myron didn't like him because Myron don't like people like that. It's obvious if what's the show enough, right? But now the rejection is creating obsession. That's real. That's real life. It happens all the time.
Fuck out of you, and I give you your right because you're right. That is true. What you're saying.
She said, I gave you right because you're right. That is true. That sounds so much like pandering. It's ridiculous.
Is true, and I respect you, and I respect everything that you've done. This whole part, like,
Just
I
make
really
your point,
respect.
please.
She's saying a bunch of nothing.
The point is that like
Guess what? The point is what? Let's find out what the point is.
I haven't found the protector because no, I don't know the point already.
I don't know the point already. I don't know the point already.